Hey, and welcome to Keep Six. I am Nate, and this is my lovely co-host, Patch.
Howdy.
Hello! We're super excited. We have another episode for you guys today, obviously, because we're talking to you. Today we are shut up. I've had the giggles, and I've been trying to start this podcast for like 5 minutes, and it has not been working. Like, help me. Anyway, today we are talking about owner training. And we are going to be covering choosing the right dog, choosing the right trainer, the steps in owner training, all that type of good stuff.
Fun things.
Yeah.
I actually know about.
Yeah. So this is actually going to be a patch-heavy episode, whereas I've been talking most of the time. My lovely voice that I hate so much.
Say, not your voice, my voice.
How rude! Jeez, you hate my voice. Fine, we're done with the podcast. Don't do this anymore. I'm kidding.
Good, because I'd be sad. I'm excited.
Man, I'm too excited about this. I wouldn't quit.
So, do you want to talk about choosing a dog first?
Yeah, we'll start at the top. So,
let's just talk about, or we could talk about choosing a trainer, because your trainer's going to need to evaluate your dog.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
So,
let's do it in the order that you would do it in. So,
awesome.
We'll start out with choosing a trainer, which I'm going to let you go ahead.
Awesome. So, when choosing a trainer, I would research different types of training methods that you like or dislike, or just research them in general, and then find what you like or dislike, and try to find a trainer who uses those methods.
Yes,
so
actually, that's
I apprenticed with the...
Sorry, I'm just interrupting to say that's a very good point, that before you start looking for a trainer, you should look up training techniques and all that type of stuff, so that you know what you're comfortable with.
Right, and even if, like, I do use correction and positive reinforcement with my dog, as well as clicker training. So I take, like, 3 different types of training methods.
Yeah.
But if I say once do full positive reinforcement, only treats and whatnot, which I don't even know how you would do that. I mean, I know how you would do it, but I don't do it.
Yeah.
But then so Auden, as you guys know, is a pit cattle dog. I could not do that with him because he needs correction. He will walk right over me if I don't correct him. So it's also gonna dictate what breeds you look into, because they're like soft dogs who can't really take correction. Yeah. And like there's always variance within breed. So like I've worked Malinois who are a very correction heavy breed, who could not take correction at all. They would shut down and training was over.
Yeah,
so
Kira,
breed, you're
Kira
gonna have
was
some
like
limitations.
It's not even the breed as well. I mean, it's not just the breed, but it's also the specific dog. So,
the dog itself.
For example, Kira that I worked with, she had been abused. So, like, even having an e-collar around her, like, even just, like, because I usually just use the sound or the vibrate. I have been trained on it, actually, but, I mean, we won't get into that. We'll talk about that when we talk about training tools and that type of thing. But even just having the e-collar near her was a no. So it really depends on the dog. And you have to remember that there's a difference between abuse and
proper use of a tool.
Yeah. And also, sorry about that blooping, which I know my computer just picked up. Oh my god, stop messaging me. He sent me 6.
Oh my lord!
I need to mute you. How do I? Oh god. I can't mute it, so that's fun. My computer is picking that up. I hope you know, Nikki. Anyway, we'll just continue. Long story short, it depends on the dog, and there's a difference between correcting and abusing, which is something you do need to research. You need to be familiar with what the differences are, because in some cases, like there is disagreement within the dog training community on what constitutes abuse and what constitutes correction and proper tools and that type of thing. Again, we will cover more on that in a tools podcast, but I just wanted to say that now before like we got like bad comments or something. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So find a trainer who does what you think you will like, but be willing to try other things, because you might need, like, your dog might need something else, or just be open to it. I never liked correction until I worked for this trainer, and I was like, oh, that's good. But so also talk to multiple trainers if you can. I've had 2 different trainers, mainly one with this dog who we don't work with anymore, but that's a long story. But I have worked under several different trainers, because everybody trains differently. I was going to say like riding a bike. It's not like riding a bike. People do that the same way. But you develop a style.
I mean, you don't ride your bike sideways with one foot?
I mean, I don't ride my bike side saddle, no.
I just
like don't your hands.
I don't know what's wrong with
people
me.
Who just put one hand on the handlebar. You're like slap happy, man. You need to go to bed. You need to sleep more.
Don't judge me.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying go to sleep.
I slept for so long. I'm just manic today. Don't look at me.
Weird time. Oh,
I have a sleep disorder and I'm manic today. There goes my thing.
These are valid, so I'm gonna leave you alone. I mean, not that I was like bullying you anyway.
I know, Tori.
I'm not a mean person, I swear. Guys.
Are you sure about that?
Nate's over there crying in the corner. I'm just like, go sleep. I understand. Dude, being manic and like having a sleep disorder at the same time is the worst. Those are my days when I sleep like 2 hours maybe. Yep. And then people are like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah! I'm doing so great today, guys. How are you? You want to go to the park? And it's like, for like days. And people are like, dude, chill. I'm like, no! I'm so happy! Aren't you happy too? We should sing a song, guys. I'm hungry.
Oh my god, we need to have
my mania go.
Just wait until we do a podcast where you and I are both manic at the same time, because dear god, it would be amazing.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm excited for that day.
Me too. I'm so ready. This could be the day we do like just like 20 minutes, the whole thing. It was like, okay guys, bye.
Just watch. That'll be a day that we have something like serious planned. Like,
oh yeah, it'll be like Laws Day or something.
Yeah,
or like Discrimination Day.
Yes. Oh, it'll be beautiful. I hope you guys are excited about that, because I really am.
Oh yeah, I'm pumped. I'm ready. Next time I'm manic, I'm gonna be like, Nate, let's go.
Yes. So, dogs.
That's gonna be our refocus word. Just dogs.
Yeah, just dogs.
We talked about choosing a trainer. I feel like there's more I need to say on that. Watch your trainer train. Oh my god, like do an interview with them, let them talk to you, make sure they train service dogs, because I can't we have a dog center, like a sports center. We have 2 in town, and I have met 2 people who train service dogs.
Well, what do you think about people who, they might not have experience training service dogs, but that's how you get experience? Like, what if they're a very competent trainer? And
in that case, yes.
Yeah. That
would be okay, as long as they're willing to research how to, like, train service dogs.
Yeah. And probably, like, brush up on the laws and that type of stuff.
Yeah, but then, yeah, that'd be totally cool. Because I know the second person I worked with started training service dogs after she worked with someone to train hers.
Oh, that's cool.
And then was like, I'm gonna do this too. I guess there's another person who does that as well, but
kind of sounds like me.
There's, I guess, 3. Yeah, so they were like, I trained my dog, and that was fun, so I'm gonna help other people train their dogs. So I mean, like that. Then yeah, I mean not then yeah, but like yes, if they don't, even if they're not service dog trainer per se, but they want to start, as long as you're willing to have your trainer learn along with you on some stuff, then I don't think there's a problem with it. Watch your trainer train, talk to your trainer. I mean, I feel like there's something else that needs to be said about this, but choosing a trainer is like really important, but like you'll know, it's like finding the right dog, or like finding something that you really want, and then it just like clicks, and you like just know that that's who you're supposed to work with.
Like the right therapist and that type of thing. Like you might have to shop around a little bit before you find, because it also has to be someone that you get along with. Because they're going to be training something that's very important in your life. So you will be working very closely with them and have to spend quite a bit of time with this person.
Yeah, make sure you don't like butt heads. And like be willing to try out a trainer. Like don't be like, I'm going to work, I found this one person and I have to work with them for this long. Like if you do 2 sessions with them and you don't like them, or they don't, or your dog doesn't, I mean, if you're like your dog, you want your dog to like them, but they'll help you find your dogs. You might not necessarily, maybe, so you might not necessarily have your dog already, but like if you have 2, 3, 1 session and you clash, don't like feel bad about leaving.
Yeah, don't feel obligated to stick with that person. Like,
yeah,
again, like I really like my analogy of finding a therapist as well, because not everyone gets along, and sometimes it's not the right therapist for you. That says nothing about their skill or anything. Just be upfront with the trainer and be like, hey, I don't really think like I don't feel this is gonna work. I just be polite, I guess would be the best way. Like, just, my dad gave me really good advice on this with the therapist thing the other day, and I wish I had him on here where he could just say it again, because it was really good. I have it in my head. I remember what he said, but I just can't put it into words, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. It does. It's like you have the idea and the thought, but then
Yes.
not processing, but like vocalizing it is like, what?
Yeah, but just like as simple as I can put it into words at the moment is just be polite, be upfront, let them know, like, it's a working relationship, and sometimes they just don't work. Like, that's not a bad thing. So that's choosing a trainer. Yes. I guess next we are talking about choosing the right dog. Boy, do I have a lot to say on this one.
With the first, like, don't.
Yeah, don't.
Appearance doesn't mean they can work.
Yeah, don't.
Appearance is not work ethic.
I cannot stress this enough. Do not go with the first dog you see that's pretty. I know it's super tempting, and it's so tempting to want a unique, pretty breed, but not a good idea. There are so many different factors that you need to take into consideration when choosing your dog. So the reason we talked about choosing trainers first is because if you find a trainer that's willing to help you find a dog, they can do the evaluation and all that, and you do want someone to evaluate your dog before you take them home, because
absolutely,
having someone evaluate the dog before you take them home actually reduces your washout risk by quite a bit. I don't have any like straight up numbers for you, but I can just say like it does reduce the washout risk.
Some rescues will do a trial period.
Yes.
So if you can get them to do that, please do. I mean, even if it's only a week. Please. To
be honest, I would not adopt from any rescue that does not require you to spend time with the dog before you adopt. Like, if they just hand you the dog, like, I wouldn't adopt from them.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
of course, unless you have to. Like, I know that there's only one rescue in town.
Yeah, if you're dead set, if you're dead set on rescuing, it's the only rescue nearby and all that. I mean, like, we are not the authorities on this. Do what you want. We're just here to, educate and give advice from our experiences and knowledge and research that we have done. Like, that does not make us experts, by no means.
Mm-mm.
So,
I would personally choose a dog as young as you can. Yeah. I mean, like,
I have worked with older dogs. Like, I started training Kira when she was 1.5 years.
Yeah, like, you can do it. But, I mean, then you get to the point of, like, well, when do you want to retire your dog? If your dog is 2 when you start and you want to retire at 5, you only get a year of work because it takes 2 years of training. It's a whole life thing. Yeah. And also, they're not puppies. So you also have to go through, like, that horrible adolescent period when they're like, I don't know how to do anything.
You mean what 9 is going into right now? I love her.
You're at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She's 7 months old.
Months of my life.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Worst months of my life. On still got a good little bit in there, but he's really nearing the end, so he's kind of starting to work again.
Yeah, and I'm just going into it with 9, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Let's go on roller coaster.
Oh, man.
It's going to be fun.
Like, if you can avoid starting a dog's training at that period of time, I would do it. Get as much done before adolescence as you can.
And do remember, though, with the adolescents, it will feel like they have forgotten everything. They haven't.
Oh, yeah.
They're just being butts. They're teenagers now.
They're just like, I'm not going to do it. But they know. They know. They know they know. They know. But are they going to do it? Nope.
Absolutely not.
They're going to give you a big fat middle paw and walk the other way. Like, it's horrible.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
We had adolescence. What were we talking about? Did we talk about breed at all?
No, we went like on like 1,000 different rabbit trails. Like,
oh, okay.
We didn't even go down one. We were just like, oh, we're going to go this way and this way and this way. And now we're going to go up here and down here and up this tree.
We like dipped a foot in one.
Yeah.
We like touched on the rabbit trail. They got distracted by another one.
Yeah.
Hounds, though. Oh, that reminds me. Today I learned that, just in case you guys want to know, even though I'm not sure if this is more about sight dogs or not, this is what I know about. But apparently sight hounds are not supposed, I mean, you can, whatever. Because of the way they're built, you don't want to do mobility with a sight hound. So, like, greyhounds.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
That sort of thing, because they've got, like, the roached back and they tuck their butts, and it's just not good for them. So
yeah, if you're doing mobility
dog, don't do that.
You want, like, a sturdy old dog, like, I keep bringing up Newfoundlands, but Newfoundlands just make such great service dogs. Their temperament, they're
so perfect.
If you can handle the drool and the fur.
True. This is true. That's my one worry with getting one. Like, I have to brush it every day.
Yeah. See, I have a friend who really loves Newfoundlands, and she loved Captain, the one that I worked with. So every time he needed to be brushed, I just took him over to her house. And she did it for me.
Awesome.
Oh man,
you lucked out, man.
I did. Oh my goodness, it was fun.
I'm scared I'm gonna get one and it's gonna die of a heat stroke because Missouri's super hot.
So the thing with them is their fur actually does cool them as well as keeps them warm in the winter. It's one of the reasons that you don't shave double-coated breeds. Because it actually shave
Aussies and it's so bad.
It's like people shaving Huskies and I'm like, no.
No, and not only do you just not do it because don't do it, it's bad for the dog, but it's ugly. Why do you want to do that? Because your dog looks horrible. I mean, of course, that's not the main reason that we don't shave dogs, but it's one. Just don't do it.
Anyway, choosing the right dog. We're kind of on breed at the moment, so I guess just to kind of clarify what we're talking about is with breed, you need to consider things like care. So we're talking about the Newfoundlands. They drool, they need to be groomed. My brain just broke.
Eat a lot.
They do eat a lot, actually. Yeah. So you need to think about what they eat as well. Newfoundlands do eat a lot.
The size.
I think he was on 8 cups a day or something stupid.
Woo! Autumn is on a cup and a fourth.
Oh man, 9 here because she's growing and she's gonna be so big is on 4 cups a day.
Jeez, Autumn. The most he's ever been on was 2, but
she's still
took
bony.
him down to 1.5.
When I got her, she was growing so fast that I first had her on 2 cups a day, and she started getting a little bit bony. And 2 cups a day is a lot for a puppy.
Yeah, it is.
And this is puppy food. There's a lot of calories in that, and I had to double it because she was getting skinny. She was growing so fast. Man. She's still skinny. She's not she was never dangerously skinny. She was just a little bit bony. Oh, I need to up your food a little bit. And she's still she's lean. She's healthy. She's just lean. Yeah. She's not getting fat and she's eating a crap ton of food. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you need to consider that. You need to consider, wait, is that everything for care? Oh, health as well.
Yeah.
So,
I'd say in your environment too.
Yes.
Another thing with breeds. So if you're going to be tempted to shave your dog, again, don't get a double-coated dog. Or if it's really cold where you are, don't get a dog that's going to need a sweater all the time.
Yes.
Because it's freezing cold and your dog has a short coat.
Yeah. So these are all things that you need to take into consideration with the care. Do they fit your lifestyle as well? So are you a low energy person? Don't get a border collie or something.
Right.
Border collies do make fantastic service dogs. I've seen a lot of them. They are smart. They are driven. But they need a lot of exercise and mental stimulation because they're also super smart.
Yeah.
These are also breed standards that we're talking about. But
yeah, true. And what you need out of your dog.
Yeah.
Because I for example, I've got a friend who when she first got her service dog, she thought she needed mobility or thought she needed it. So she's got a huge, I think he's Doberman, German Shepherd, some other stuff. So she's got a very large dog. Mm-hmm. But then she she turned out she needed more medical alert type stuff. I don't know if it's blood sugar or what it is. But so she got a smaller dog so that she could hold the dog whenever she needed to in case it needed to alert. Mm-hmm. So for mobility dogs, there's a percentage of weight to height ratio that I get so many different answers on. I don't honestly know what the official one is because I've gotten 40-40, I've gotten 40-50, I've gotten 50-60. So somewhere in the 40 to 50% of you range is where your mobility dog is going to need to be. But so that's one. Auden, I knew I wanted to do performance sports with. Or my dog. So that's part of how I chose size. I want a dog who can body vault off of me and not break my spine or knock me down.
Probably a good idea.
So I got a smaller dog, which he's 53 pounds and 23 inches. So, maybe not 23. He's
9 is at 7 months.
Oh man, that dog's gonna be huge. Yeah, big. He's a little bit taller than your average pit bull, but he's lean like a cattle. He's leaner than a cattle dog actually. So he's not huge, but he's big enough for what I need him for now. When I get my mobility dog, I'll get something like a Newfie that's bigger because I'm tall.
Yeah.
And need a big dog. But like, so if you know that you're never going to do anything with this dog besides service work, then like choose a dog that'll do service work and then want to laze about the rest of the time.
Yeah.
If you're like, I want to do agility, I want to do rally, I want to do barn hunt, I don't know. Choose a dog that is going to want and need the mental stimulation of more things to do, because not all dogs will want that.
Yeah.
So
if you're like, even if you're just an active person, you like to hike and all that type of stuff, like getting a more active dog is probably within your best interest. But if you're like me and like to game and never leave your couch, you're going to want something like a lab or a Newfoundland, something that tends to be lower energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, energy is not drive. That's another thing I want to say. Just because your dog is energetic doesn't mean they're going to want to work.
Yeah.
Because I know plenty of dogs who will run and run and run for hours, but then you try to train them to do something and they're like, but why?
Yeah, they're just, no. You know what? That's going to have to be another t-shirt, is just no. Because I say it all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So energy does not equal drive. You're going to want to find a dog that wants to work, because that's another thing. Like, a lot of... PETA. Good God, PETA. They think that, you know, dogs are like... I don't know if they think it, but they claim that, you know, service dogs are forced into it and all that. No. If a dog doesn't want to work, they don't become a service dog. Plain and simple. Like, they don't want to do it, they don't do it. They're not forced to. Because, like, if you force them to, you're going to burn out, they're going to burn out, no one's going to be happy, everything sucks.
I'd also be careful with not over willingness to work. I don't really know what to call it. So I've had 2 washouts. One just straight up didn't want to do it, didn't move ever, was horrible. I didn't want him, but my family wanted him, so we got him and I was going to train him. Mm-hmm. I've had another dog who came from police lines and PSO, lines. So like protection sport, like, so it was not good. He became so protective of me and so intent on his job that he became aggressive. Mm-hmm. So that is not good. He got too into the job. So I had to wash him because it became a danger to other people to even be in my house. Even with the dog kenneled, he tried to bust through the kennel and get to people.
That sucks.
So like, be weary. Like, you have to find that happy medium of, I want to work for you, but I also will let people be near you and touch you and like be a dog who's not going to kill somebody.
Dogs who can be service dogs are quite rare.
Oh yeah.
Like it takes a very special dog to be a service dog. So
absolutely.
If
your dog, like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, if your dog enjoys it, like, you'll know.
Yeah.
Like, Auden sees I touch his prong or like touch his gear and he's running around the house, then he'll go lay by the door, then he'll come find me, poke me, and go lay by the door. Like, he's not, like, there may be days, yes, where I'm like, you need to work because you need training and I have the spoons to train you, so you're going to work today. But I don't do PA on those days because he's not going to behave well.
Yeah.
But like, if your dog enjoys their job, you will know they enjoy their job. And if they don't, you will also know if they do not enjoy their job.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell. All my dogs that I've worked with, all my dogs that I've worked with have been the same. Like, I get their vest and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's go!" Like, yeah, adventure time.
Auden has, Auden has gotten out of the
very
house.
Distant lands.
Oh, such a good
with
show.
Nine the dog, and Nate the Hugh.
We got to make a spoof now.
I actually don't know if I can put that in. Is that copyright? I don't know. I'm putting it in anyway. Hit me with the copyright if it's copyright.
You didn't sing the lyrics the same way, so I feel like you can, because people spoof stuff all the time.
Yeah, I guess that would count as parody. Free use.
Yes, it would.
Free use.
Sweet. I don't know what else. Were we going to talk about washouts in this one?
Yes, we're going to talk about washout risk as well. When looking for a breed, you need to take into consideration washout risk. So there is a reason that there are the standard breeds for service work. That's your Labs, your Goldens. I want to say Newfoundlands because seriously, Newfoundlands are just... They're so good. Oh my god. Right. I cannot have a Newfoundland because I cannot stand the drool, but I recommend them to anybody. Like, if you can stand the drool and the grooming requirements, they're fantastic. I
mean, like, that's what I plan on getting for my next one. So,
like, me with the Newfoundland, I got to the point where I was like, get it out of my house. It is drooling on my television. I still have drool on my TV, I'm not even kidding. And those ones, you really do need to make sure you train them not to shake inside, because that happened to me, and this glob of drool flew up and hit a guy. I'm so lucky he's a dog person, or was a dog person, because he was not mad. He thought it was hilarious, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die. It was not fun. But yeah, so washout risk. There is a reason that there are the breed standards that you like usually see as service dogs. Like there are the outlier, the dogs that don't follow the breed standard for other breeds. But if you're specifically looking for, say, I don't know, a hound is what comes to mind. You're going to be looking for a long time because they have very high prey drives. They don't usually make great. Yeah. The oh my God, their bray is one of the most irritating sounds I've ever heard in my life. Like, is it bay or bray? Bray is a donkey, bay is a dog. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. So, like, while you can get a dog like that, a Caucasian is another one. You can find a dog in that breed that will work, but it'll take you a long time. And you will probably have way more washouts than anybody else. I know it sucks to say, but it's the truth, unfortunately. Like, if you're adamant, I mean, who am I to tell you can't? But I'm just trying to prepare you for, you know, that probability that you will have many washouts. Or if you're very picky and you keep looking, you're going to be looking for a long time.
Exactly.
So that is another thing that you really do need to pay attention to when looking for a dog.
Yeah. I feel like also knowing your ability as a trainer.
Yes.
Will help. Because if I hadn't worked with the Malinois and the Dutch Shepherds before I got Auden, I wouldn't have been able to train him. Because
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to train a Malinois. Wow, can't say that.
Oh, yeah. They're really fun breed to work, but they're very hard. Because they're like, I know how to sit, but I can sit this way and this way and this way and this way. But it's like, no, I want you to sit like this. Because they'll start guessing. And Auden is very much a guessing dog. And so if I hadn't worked with Malinois or like Dachshunds, because like little dogs are so hard.
I cannot stand little dogs.
In my opinion, I had one who was a show dog and would scream, like, I kid you not, full on scream anytime anyone who wasn't his handler touched the leash. I got that dog to heel around the ring, and people were like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know, but he's doing it, so go away." But like, people would come from the other building. They thought we were beating this dog. And so if I hadn't worked with dogs like that, I wouldn't have been able to work with Auden, and he would have washed just because I personally, as a trainer, couldn't have done it. It's not nothing against the dog. Clearly, he can do it and is doing awesome. But I myself wouldn't have been able. Oh, he just yawned. It was so cute. I wouldn't have been able to do it, so he would have been a wash. So knowing, I mean, and like if you've never trained a dog, that's not to say like you find the perfect dog, but you don't know how to train a dog, but you have the right trainer. They can help you. So I'd never, ever, ever recommend full owner training without a trainer. Like, I'm doing it, but not by choice. And I also have experience with dogs. The trainer I worked for about 4 years without my own dog. So, like, if you have experience, go ahead, try it. I know people who have done it and their dogs are awesome. I just wouldn't recommend it because you have zero help. So if I hit a roadblock, I'm just stuck and I have to figure it out myself. And my dog might backtrack because I did something wrong. Yeah. So if you can have a trainer, do it, because it's just going to be so much easier on you and your dog, and also it'll lower your washout rate or likelihood. Yep.
Anyway, we're actually at our time for this episode.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything that we wanted to cover in choosing the dog and choosing the right breed and choosing the trainer. I said that was very redundant, choosing the dog and choosing the right breed, same thing. But anyway, we will cover the actual steps of owner training in our next episode.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.